High school soccer on Ticket TV is presented by Mainly Supplements, Greenway Equipment Sales, and Quirk Auto Group. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by First National Bank, Coastal Auto Parts, Northeast Driving School, The Neighborhood Early Childhood Center, Twin City Tire and Service, Down East Toyota, Midcoast Denture Design, Dean's Detailing, and by Mainly Eyes. The Bush Group from Next Home, Bombshell Beauty, and by Hermon Motor Company. Now let's get you out to the action on Ticket TV.
Hello everyone and welcome to Ticket TV. We are live from Victory Field in Old Town. High school sports on Ticket TV presented by Mainly Supplements, located near the Bangor Mall. Mainly Supplements is a fully stocked nutritional supplement store. Their dedicated team members look forward to helping you reach your health and fitness goals. Mainly Supplements, located at 109 Bangor Mall Boulevard, right next to Hannaford, and at mainlysupplements.com. I am Mark Paulette. I'll be with you for the call of tonight's match between the visiting Hermon Hawks and the Old Town Coyotes. It's a boys soccer match. It is senior recognition tonight here at Victory Field. We will bring you that ceremony coming up in just a few moments between these two teams. First, to set the stage for tonight's contest, the Hermon Hawks enter play with a record of 1-6-1. They're 12th in the Class B North standings. It's been successful the last few times out for Hermon. Beginning last Monday, a 1-0 loss, I should say, versus Ellsworth at home, but a tightly contested game and one in which Hermon did not allow, obviously, more than the one goal, just couldn't get the offensive effort they needed. They backed it up, though, with their first win of the season, a 4-1 victory at Caribou, followed by a 2-2 draw versus MDI their last time out. We actually had that game on Ticket TV for the Old Town Coyotes. It's been a frustrating start to this season, according to head coach Mark Graffam. Certainly, this is just their sixth game of the season that they are playing so far tonight. 2-4-0 on the season, and some wide swaths of time between games on the Coyote schedule so far this year. We will take a timeout in our pregame show. We will come back for that senior ceremony. You see the players lining up for a changing of the guard with their seniors right after the break here on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Victory Field in Old Town, Maine, ahead of tonight's contest between the Hermon Hawks and the Old Town Coyotes. The scene is set to recognize the seniors playing in this match tonight, and for that ceremony, let's send it over to Old Town Athletic Director Jeremy Bousquet.
Welcome everyone to Victory Field, home of your Old Town Coyotes. Tonight we have the great honor of recognizing our class of 2022 senior members of the Coyote men's soccer team. Before we get started with our players, we would like to carry on the tradition of recognizing the efforts of the competitors' senior members. We would like to take a moment to recognize the seniors from the Hermon Hawks. Number 15, Ethan Davis. And number 21, Ryan Austin. We thank you for the years you have put into your soccer program with the Hawks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating our Old Town Coyote Class of 2022 seniors. First off, we have defensive back number 9, Chris Horn. Chris is escorted by his mother, Michelle Horn. Chris will be serving our country and enlisting in the Army after graduation. Next up is number 18, defensive back, Max Chapman. Max is escorted by Allison and Steve Chapman. Max is planning to attend college, undecided, to study biomedical engineering and graphic design. Next Coyote is number 15, defensive back, Brandon Madden. Brandon is escorted by Gail, Corey, Bryson, and Taylor. Brandon is hoping to attend Maine Maritime Academy after high school. And last but certainly not least, number 9, senior captain, defensive back, Connor Mccannell. Connor is escorted by a slew of people: Shauna McCannell, Shane McCannell, Alex, Jake, and Tyler McCannell, Ron Carroll, and Linda, grandparents. Connor's plans after hosting Coyote Nation will be attending college for business management, looking at Central Maine Community College. Thank you to all the members of the team, the coaching staffs of both programs, and most of all, the families of our athletes for the dedication and support to our athletic programs here at Old Town High School. Thank you, Herman Soccer, referees, and good luck with the game tonight, fellas.
Once again, a special congratulations to all the seniors playing in one of their final matches here tonight at Victory Field, as the Hermon Hawks getting set to take on the Old Town Coyotes. Kickoff in just a matter of moments. High school sports on Ticket TV is presented in part by Quirk Auto Group. Visit a Quirk Auto Group dealership in Bangor, Belfast, Augusta, or Portland, and at quirkauto.com. We will come back and meet the teams. That's up next on our pregame show on Ticket TV. It's Herman and Old Town tonight at Victory Field for a boys soccer matchup in Class B. The Hermon Hawks 1-6-1, 12th in Class B North. The Old Town Coyotes 2-4-0, playing just their 7th game of the fall season. They are 14th in the Class B North standings. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. Just moments away from the kickoff of tonight's contest for the Hermon Hawks tonight. Let's take a look at their roster as we get set to bring you the action. Starting 11, number 3, Noah Dupuis, Ryan Shorey, Jacob Garridge, Alex Rios Mallet, Michael Snyer, Gavin Coombs, Colby Euler, Kyle Martin, Brady Terrio, Ryan Austin, Cooper Jensen, and Xavier Jelks in goal to round out the starting 11 for the Hermon Hawks tonight. We will get you the Old Town lineup here in just a moment as the action is underway. An early throw here for the Coyotes. That one is launched into the center of the box. It goes through the hands of Jelks, who is able to regroup and grab the loose ball. So a nervy moment there at the back for the Hermon Hawks in the early going of this contest. Against Old Town trying to win away possession in the middle of the pitch. A couple of players come together and conceding a free kick that time. Gabriel Guilford, a junior on this Old Town Coyote squad. Herman sends it in off the flick of a Old Town Coyote there. Almost led to a dangerous opportunity for the Hawks. The ball ends up behind the net, and we have our first corner of the game. It'll be taken by Herman. Just over 75 seconds gone. In-swinger delivered here by the Hawks. It comes to the edge of the area. Backheel flick is unsuccessful in finding a teammate. Old Town clears for the moment. Sent back in by Herman. It's Ian Bryant in goal tonight for the Coyotes. They're starting 11. Alongside Ian, the outfield players Grayson Thibault will bring you the rest of the starting 11 here in just a second, as a left-footed attempt that time from Gifford is right into the waiting arms of Jelks. So joining Bryant and Thibault in the starting lineup, it's Joshua Harvey, Owen Rand, Connor Mccannell, one of the seniors tonight being honored for the Old Town Coyotes, Gabriel Gifford, Brandon Madden, Jackson Lizotte, Braden Brown, Bryson Madden, and Logan Brown routing out the 11 tonight for the Coyotes. Perfect night for soccer here at Victory Field from Old Town. Another 70-degree day here in the middle of October as we continue to get spoiled. The nice weather has made its way over into this evening contest. Herman in possession of the ball, trying to work their way back towards the center of the pitch. Coming near side to grab that was Jacob Garrich. Garrich brings it back into play for Herman. Gavin Coombs switching the play before the ball finds its way out along the far sideline. See Sean Good's group over there. 1-6-1 so far this season. Their lone win coming against Caribou. That was last Saturday, a 4-1 victory. Last 3 times out or so, though, Sean has felt good about his club. A 1-0 loss against Ellsworth. We brought you that action last week on Ticket TV. Then the 4-1 win at Caribou. We also, on Monday, were at Pottlefield in Herman for a 2-2 draw between the Hawks and the MDI Trojans. That game included a crazy equalizing goal from Kyle Martin from no less than right around 40 yards out. Winning possession for Old Town right there was number 26, Logan Brown. Madden sends it out wide. Giving chase is Owen Rand. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by Herman. Once again, Xavier Jelks, the Herman goalie, finding himself in a bit of a precarious position there in front of his own net. The ball played down, but a Coyote could not get a strike to it and rolls behind. Here's Herman with the ball at his feet. That was Michael Sneyer. Sneyer finds Colby Euler. Herman trying to settle themselves in the midfield area and get a run of possession here as Euler finds Rios. Sneyer sends a teammate chasing. Hawk got to that ball just before it went beyond the end line. And out for a Old Town goal kick. Some of the balloons getting in the shot right there. This is senior night at Old Town High School. Mentioned in the pregame that Old Town head coach Mark Graffam, in his 22nd season here with the Coyotes, was speaking to the frustration that has been felt for many participants here in the high school fall season. The Coyotes, unfortunately for them, no stranger to that. This is just their 7th match of the season. They have 2 wins under their belt so far. If they play all their remaining games, the season will be reduced to just a 10-game regular season slate for the Coyotes, normally a 14-game season in high school soccer, as nearly with a breakaway chance there was Brandon Brown, but the ball rolls just beyond his reach. So the Coyotes that opened their season back on September 4th, they have been shut down a couple of times. They did not play between September 12th and the 27th as the team was shut down due to COVID-19 related issues. They also did not have a game on the schedule between September 29th and October 8th, so a couple lengthy layoffs in Old Town schedule. They close it out with a match tomorrow at Hermann, so these two teams right back in action. That'll be 3 games in as many nights for the Old Town Coyotes. They lost to Ellsworth yesterday 2-0 on the road, playing Hermann home and away tonight and tomorrow. They'll also face Orono and Foxcroft Academy before calling in a close to the season. Cross comes in from Hermann, their second of the game, and it goes off side net. That chance a little more dangerous than you were made to believe by the reaction of the Coyotes at the back there. They knew the ball was trickling just wide. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented in part by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. Brandt once again controlling the ball, coming to the edge of where he can send it downfield, and makes its way out of play. Gavin Coombs firing the ball back into play. First touched by Old Town, and now it's the Coyotes trying to run away with possession here around midfield. Leading pass, too far that time. Giving chase was Braden Brown, called his name a couple times here in the early going. We are about 8.5 minutes into this scoreless contest. Another Old Town throw comes in to Jackson Lazat. Herman was there momentarily to win away possession, but the ball finds its way back to Lazat. He tries to pop it up with his left foot. Both teams right now struggling to hang on to the ball for an extended period of time. Hawks try to keep it in there. The last touch was by Old Town, so it will be a Herman throw, brought in along the far sideline in front of the Herman bench. Back and forth possession goes between the 40-yard lines or so here at Victory Field in Old Town. Doubling as the soccer pitch tonight. Also home of the Old Town Coyotes football team. We will have an Old Town game coming up right here at Victory Field on Friday night between MCI and the Coyotes. There's a nice lead pass. Giving chase is Grayson Thibault. Looks like the first changes of the game coming up here as a Old Town player makes his way onto the pitch. Evan Clausen on for the Coyotes, making his first appearance. Jokes with a sidearm delivery out to Gavin Coombs. Coombs trying to make his way through a couple of Old Town defenders. Can't do so. Cut out by Gabe Gifford. Here's Sneyer with the ball for Herman. Sneyer trying to continue his run. He gets around a couple defenders now, cutting his way back in onto his right foot. An attempted shot fizzes through in front of goal. Almost worked out as a cross, but will go out of play for an Old Town goal kick. See the replay right there. Sneyer trying to curve that one to the far post. Almost served as a great cross for a teammate who was just inches away. Old Town waiting to take another free kick here, playing it out from the back. Shouldering a defender off the ball. It's Gifford. It's knocked away, giving chase for Old Town, trying to keep possession. James Dumont. Crowd applauding a feisty effort there from both teams, trying to battle back and forth to win possession. Here's Sneyer making his way down the near sideline again. Sneyer makes that turn. That time he was trying to center for a teammate. It's deflected behind for another Herman corner. This will be their third of the contest so far. Ball's played in beyond the goal. Giving chase and unable to keep it in were the Hawks. Ball goes back to Old Town here. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented by First National Bank. Dream first because you can. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Turn and a shot, rolls wide for Herman. Both these teams trying to get some momentum going offensively. It's been a bit of a struggle for both so far this season. The Hawks enter the contest averaging 1.1 goals per game. Now, they only scored 3 goals in their first 6 matches this season. They have scored 6 their last 2 times out combined. 4-1 win against Caribou and a 2-2 draw against MDI. So Herman finding its attack here as the season progresses. The Hawks were another team that dealt with some COVID issues at various points of the season. They had games canceled on September 9th, September 11th, September 21st. So while Old Town went between the 12th and the 27th of September without playing, it was Herman going from the 8th to the 23rd, just as long of a streak about a week earlier. For the Coyotes, 2-4-0 this season. Both their wins coming over Caribou, a 1-0 win up in the county and a 3-2 win right here at Victory Field on September 28th. For Old Town, it's pretty simple. Allow 2 or fewer goals per game, and you have a pretty good chance of being in that contest. When they allow more than that, things tend to get away from the Coyotes. They've suffered a 10-1 loss to John Baptist, a 9-1 loss to Orono, but then the 1-0 and 3-2 wins over Caribou, and it was back to a 7-1 loss over Presque Isle, a 2-0 loss last time out at Ellsworth. Neither of these teams have ever played in a regional final. Both getting ready for postseason play no matter what takes place over the remainder of the regular season, because of course high school sports this fall has the open competition to accommodate teams just like the two on the pitch today that have had several games canceled due to COVID-19 related issues. So the Hawks and the Coyotes, you'll see them out there tonight trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work as we head toward the final week of the regular season. Despite those early cancellations, Herman has done a nice job of adding games back to their schedule. If they play their remaining 4 games after tonight, they'll finish up the season with 13, so just one off what would have been the normal full plate here in the regular season. Teams continue to parry the ball back and forth around the midfield area. This is Herman trying to get it out. Last touch by Old Town for a Hawks throw. Let's take a look at the Class B North standings here while we have a second. The Hermon Hawks entering action in 12th place with the 1-6-1 record. Old Town in 14th at 2-4-0. It's Presque Isle at the top, 9-0-1, followed by Winslow, undefeated at 12-0. Ellsworth has been on a strong push down the stretch. They are 8-3-1, followed by Foxcroft Academy at 5-3-2. Coney, John Baptist, and Belfast round out the top 7, followed by MDI, Waterville, and Nokomis. Braden Brown, among others, trying to get something going for the Old Town Coyotes in their attack. They win back possession here thanks to Gabe Gifford. Gifford trying to lead for Dumont. Pass intercepted. Though Euler a little off the mark, it rolls out of play. His attempted pass for Coombs, and it'll be an Old Town throw. Firing the ball in deep for Old Town. That was Gifford. Herman quick to get it out of their defensive zone and across midfield. And that's right when the Coyotes up their defensive pressure and win the ball back. Evan Clausen sending it in deep. We have a chase in the box, a shot on goal, our first goal of the night. That goes to Gabe Gifford. He has been active for the Coyotes and strikes. You see the replay here. Actually, I'm not sure if that was Clausen or another Coyote that sent it in deep, and then shouldering the defender away was Gifford, controlling the ball with his right foot, sending it past Xavier Jelks. 20-50, frozen on the clock, and it's Old Town with the first goal of the game. They lead it 1-0. We'll see if that provides a bit of a spark here to the flow of play for both schools. It had slowed down a bit over the previous 5 minutes or so leading up to that goal. Old Town able to capitalize off a quick strike counter. Substitution coming up right now for the Coyotes. Exiting the pitch is Jackson Lizotte. Making his way on would be Brandon Madden, one of the seniors in tonight's contest, honored in the pregame. Coyotes do have 2 more home games on their schedule against Orono and Foxcroft Academy, but choosing to honor their seniors tonight ahead of this contest with Herman. And it's Old Town briefly on the attack again before Herman able to break it up a bit. Fighting to win the ball back for the Hawks and relentless in his pursuit. Kyle Martin scored that wonder goal early on Monday, but here's Old Town doubling their lead. Another quick strike for the Coyotes. Let's see the replay. Ball played in and then slotted home beautifully. Looked like with the outside of his foot. Grayson Thibault finding his way onto the score sheet. And quickly, 2 goals in about 2.5 minutes to give Old Town a 2-0 lead. Appears that we're having some issues with our cameras. They're stuck at one end of the field there as play went down to the other end of the pitch. Old Town bring the ball back in. Collision right around midfield as the Coyotes winning possession. Here's Herman trying to get something going. Again, some physical play there. Old Town retreating to get back, and now here's a right-footed strike, saved! And then calls for handball. There was the unintentional handball. It'll be a free kick to the Coyotes. What a save that time from the freshman keeper, Ian Bryant. Take a look at it right there. Knocking him to the ground. Keeping the Hawks off the board, and here is Old Town looking to break at the other end. The ball on the ball. He still has control of it. Cross comes in, but right to Jokes. Another substitution here for the Coyotes. Madden leaving the pitch after his brief stay. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Mainly Eyes. At Mainly Eyes, you'll see the difference inside the Bangor Mall. At mainlyeyes.com. Herman waiting to bring it back into play this time. They do so, but quickly won away by Old Town. Sending it down the far side was Gifford. Gifford, the scorer of the first goal here tonight for the Coyotes. We approach the final quarter hour here to play in the first half. It's Old Town leading it 2-0 between a couple of goals from Gifford and Thibault, coming just over 2.5 minutes apart. Xavier Jokes coming well out of net that time. Did not get a touch, but the Hermann defense was able to close off any angles for Coyote attackers and make sure that Jokes had plenty of time to retreat into his net. Here's Brown ready to launch it in. Ball's flicked along. Still loose, but there is a whistle and a free kick to Hermann. Old Town trying to press the issue here. The throw-in finds its way to the left foot of Alex Mccannell, a freshman here for the Coyotes. It's Brown finding Mccannell again. Back to Brown. Brown will tee up a cross off of the right foot, plays it in too far over everyone's head. The Coyotes able to chase it down, but a whistle. Possession will stay with Old Town. It'll be a free kick. Just a few feet beyond the corner flag down there in the far corner. Old Town brings it in. Hermann had a chance to clear. Coyotes winning the ball back, playing it around. A couple nice first touches, but then a wild shot goes behind the goal. Jokes ventures back to retrieve the ball. Hermann is yet to mount too much pressure at the offensive end. They're looking to change that right here, but intercepting is the bolt for Old Town. A nice crossover there. He leaves it for Brown. Brown sends it back across into the area, headed out of play by Hermann. They're not out of harm's way yet. Coyotes giving chase, and now a shot skims just wide of the side net. After a slow start for both these teams, it's been Old Town really ramping up the pressure and keeping the ball at their attacking end of the pitch. It's been Hermann trying to clear it away and find some breathing room here as the first half is ticked away. See, darkness is set in around us at Victory Field. Not a lot of lights around the field, so that's why it is so dark when the ball rolls out of play. Here's Old Town once again, trying to find a third goal of the first half. Nicely cleared away that time by Hermann, but it will give the Coyotes a chance to bring a couple of players up into the attack. Look at that ball come in. Is that a throw or a kick? That was a throw. That is one heck of a throw by Gabe Gifford. Old Town lining up here for yet another free kick. Referee making sure the ball is spotted in the correct area. Approaching 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Both teams trying to get their players lined up. Swung in by Old Town. It goes off the hands of Jokes and then headed over the bar. I believe that was Braden Brown getting his head to it in the end. See the replay here as the cross is brought in. It goes off the hands of Jokes, almost like a set in volleyball, teeing up Braden Brown, but he just couldn't keep it down as he got his head to it, poking it over. Another good opportunity, though, for Old Town, and they intercept the free kick. The Coyotes on the attack once again. Here's a right-footed attempt, but Gabe Gifford just couldn't get the power behind that he was looking for. Here's Herman coming away with the ball. Does Herman have a goal in them before the halftime whistle blows? The Hawks send it deep. Connor Mccannell showing as though he had everything under control, and in the end he did, as Ian Bryant comes out of goal to corral that ball and boot it down the pitch. Here's a free kick to Old Town. Sent in deep. Jokes once again coming out. This time goes up strongly, grabs the ball, and tries to get the Hawks off and running in attack. Played down the far side. That's Shorey giving chase. Once again, though, that final touch eluding the Hermon Hawks, and Bryant is able to easily control the ball, and now he will just let a few moments here bleed off as we tick towards halftime inside of 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. A whistle in midfield and a free kick in favor of Herman. Here's the free kick brought in. That was Kyle Martin, who again scored that wonder goal on Monday, looking to duplicate those efforts, but not to be had. And now it's the Coyotes wing the ball around midfield. Look at this on the counter. It's a 2-on-1, getting over to break up the play, but now it's Jokes out of goal. A long-range effort. The Coyotes just couldn't get a clean look while Jokes was out of the net. Replay there of the riveting action taking place at the other end of the pitch. There's Jokes again, vacating his area. Got a touch to it. It's Herman coming away with possession. Here's Coombs. Coombs plays it ahead. Onside was Shorey, but the ball rolls ahead of him and in to the waiting arms of Ian Bryant. Herman definitely upping the intensity here over the last few minutes as they look for an answer before the halftime break. Change taking place right now for the Hawks. New player on the field is Michael Snyder making his return. Snyder goes back to Jelks. Jelks sends it forward, not beyond the first line of Coyote attack. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Twin City Tire, located 609 Wilson Street in Brewer, and at TwinCityTireME.com for all of your snow, tire, and car care needs. Old Town brings it back in. Jackson Lazat with the first touch. It's Herman hounding a couple of Coyotes to win possession back. Knocking it away for the Hawks was Jacob Garich. You see right there how quick this back line for Old Town is ready to get back and set up to deny any chance at a Herman counter. Three minutes remaining until halftime. Our halftime show coming up here on Ticket TV. Catch the first half highlights. We'll take a look at both school profiles, the program history of the two teams going at it here tonight. We will give you a peek at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Another busy week on Ticket TV. A lot of games coming right here from Victory Field over the next 48 hours. There's Jelks again all the way out to grab the loose ball. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Down East Toyota. 652 Wilson Street in Brewer. All roads lead to Down East. Ball has spent a fair amount of time out of play on that far sideline between the two benches. Unfortunately, don't have access to any sort of heat map technology for high school soccer, but I would be willing to venture a guess that the brightest spots would be along that far sideline. Ball's knocked along by the Coyotes, once again out of play. I think to the same exact resting place that the last out of play ball went as well. Herman is quick to bring it back in. Here come the Hawks, knifing their way into the box. Trying to pick out a pass. There's one, teeing up Shorey, but he puts it over the net and through the goalposts here at Victory Field. Inside the final minute here with about 50 seconds and counting left in the first half. The Coyotes lead it 2-0. Goals from Gabe Gifford coming with 20:50 remaining in the first half, and Grayson Thibault not too long after that, 19:15 remaining in this first half of action. Trying to keep the ball in play unsuccessfully that time with Snyder for the Hawks. 15 seconds remaining. Let's see if Old Town tries to get one final attack in. Giving chase was Braden Brown, and conceding a free kick that should do it for the first half here at Victory Field. The whistle sounds. The Old Town Coyotes will take a 2-0 lead to the break here at senior night in Old Town. High school sports on Ticket TV brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, owners of your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores. We will be back with the halftime show next on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Victory Field here on the campus of Old Town High School. It's the Coyotes leading the Hermon Hawks by a score of 2-0 at the break. Let's take a look at some of the first half action. Here's the Coyotes in possession of the ball. You see a long pass floated in, and then waiting to pounce. Gabe Gifford, he shoulders off a defender, gets that first touch on his right foot and sends it past Xavier Jelks of Herman for the opening goal of the contest. Here's a look at goal number 2. The ball played ahead to Grayson Thibault. He controls it, and I'm still going to maintain, even if it wasn't the case, a shot from the outside of his right foot. That was class, as they say in the soccer world, for Thibault on the second goal of the game for the Coyotes. Herman had their chances there, especially at the end of the first half, just couldn't convert, couldn't find that final strike they needed in the box, and it's led to a 2-0 advantage for the Coyotes at the break. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Midcoast Denture Design, because everyone deserves an awesome smile. Visit MidcoastDentureDesignMaine.com. We're also presented in part by the Neighborhood Early Childhood Center in Bangor for kids 6 weeks to 5 years old. The Neighborhood Early Childhood Center is where children of all backgrounds and abilities can learn, explore, socialize, and play. Another quick timeout right now on our halftime show here on Ticket TV. We will come back and get you a little more familiar with the two schools playing on the pitch tonight, the Hermon Hawks and the Old Town Coyotes. We'll take a look at program histories, rosters, school profiles. All of that is coming up next on our halftime show on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Old Town High School. The Coyotes lead the Hawks 2-0 at halftime on Ticket TV. High school sports presented in part by Bombshell Beauty and Spa, Brewer's full-service hair salon and spa, conveniently located in the Hannaford Plaza. Come check out their new location 3 doors down from their old location. That's Bombshell Beauty and Spa. We brought you the first half highlights in our last segment. The halftime highlights presented by Herman Motor Company. From pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to their service department, Herman Motor Company does it all. And Herman Motor Company now features Currahee trailers. Herman Motor Company is something for everyone. 2512 U.S. Route 2 in Herman and at HermanMotors.com. This is the Mainly Supplements halftime show. We will bring you all we have to tell you about these two teams right now, beginning with the rosters. We'll start with the Hawks from Herman, the visitors in tonight's game, and they honored the seniors before tonight's kickoff. For Herman, just a couple out there on the pitch. Ethan Davis, number 15 for the Hawks, a senior, as well as Ryan Austin, number 21 for Herman. And for the home 11, the Old Town Coyotes, on senior night it was Connor Mccannell getting recognized. It was Braden Madden getting recognized. They also had a nice recognition of a couple JV players here in the Coyotes program. Old Town, once again, a team made up of a lot of underclassmen. Really, both these teams are, with just 2 seniors apiece on their normal varsity squads. A lot of juniors for both Old Town and Herman, followed by a sprinkling of sophomore and freshmen. I told you in the first half that neither of these teams have played in a regional final. Let's take a look right now at the program history for the Hermon Hawks. In 2019, they were 2-12. They finished 13th in Class B North, and that actually snapped a streak of 8 consecutive years where they qualified for the playoffs in Class B. The Hawks 6-5-3 in 2018, 8-5-1 in 2017. They had 4 playoff wins over the last decade in those 8 appearances. And for the Old Town Coyotes, their last full season, 3-10-1. That also snapped a run of 8 consecutive playoff appearances from 2011 to 2018. The Old Town Coyotes, 3 playoff wins over that run, which included a loss to Presque Isle in the North quarterfinal in 2018. When you see they finished the season with a record of 6-6-2, their best finishes in recent history. A couple of 5th place finishes for the Old Town Coyotes, 2013 and 14. Of course, back then it was the East, not the North, before the reclassification. And finally, before we get to one more break here in our halftime show, take a look at the school profiles for the Hermon Hawks. In enrollment just north of 500 at 517, the principal Brian Walsh, the athletic director Rick Sinclair, and the superintendent Jim Chassie. For the Old Town Coyotes, Old Town High School, enrollment just under 500 at 482. Scott Gordon's the principal, Jeremy Bousquet, who we handed the mic over for that senior recognition ceremony in the pregame show, the athletic director, David Walker, the superintendent. One final break here in our halftime show on Ticket TV. It's presented in part by Dean's Detailing. They have been Maine's auto detailing leader for 50 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, enjoy the ride. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. A quick break, back for a kickoff of the second half. That's next from Victory Field in Old Town. The second half is underway, and the best chance of the game for the Hermon Hawks was just taken away by Ian Bryant, the freshman goalkeeper for the Old Town Coyotes. Herman with a couple of shots on goal, including a backheel flick that Bryant went to ground in the corner of the net to save to keep the scoreline 2-0 in favor of the Coyotes. The Hawks often running down that far sideline. Here's a lead pass. That's Shorey giving chase. Shorey corrals the ball, plays it onto his right foot. Cross comes in, but then it's poked away from Gavin Coombs and into the waiting arms of Ian Bryant. Keys to the game here for the second half. Well, for the Hermon Hawks, during the pregame show, mentioned that they scored just 3 goals in their first 6 matches this season. They've scored 6 in their last 2 entering tonight, so the offense had come to life over the last couple of games, but it was nowhere to be found for the Hermon Hawks in the first half. They could not penetrate the Coyotes' defense, so certainly a key for Hermon is to get that attack going, just get on the scoreboard to begin, and see where it takes you from there. For the Old Town Coyotes, I mentioned that when they allow 2 goals or fewer, good things tend to happen. They are 2-1 in matches this season that they have allowed 2 goals or fewer. The lone loss coming last night against Ellsworth, 2-0 down at Ellsworth. Other than that, a 1-0 victory at Caribou, a 3-2 win right here at Victory Field over Caribou. So the fact that they have not only reached a multi-goal effort in the first half for the second time this season in their 7th match, they've also kept a clean sheet to this point in the contest. Good signs both for the Old Town Coyotes. Keys to the game brought to you by Tim Bush and the Bush Group, real estate agents with next home experience. The Bush Group is ready to help you with all your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investing, the Bush Group is here to make all of your real estate goals happen. They're also proud supporters of all high school sports and would like to wish all the student athletes a successful fall season. Call Tim Bush and the Bush Group from Next Home Experience today at 951-0747. 3.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Old Town holding on to that 2-0 advantage from the first half. Goals from Gifford and Thibault coming a little more than 2.5 minutes apart. Herman once again finding space down that far side. It's knocked out of play. They're quick to bring in the throw. Coombs whiffing on the first attempt in the corner, and the Coyotes content with letting that ball roll out of play for a goal kick. Let's take a look at the replay of that effort to begin the second half for the Hawks, trying to get on the scoreboard. See the cross come into a dangerous area, left-footed strike, save made by Bryant, and then that back heel flick, forcing him to go to the ground to make a second save in a matter of seconds and deny the Hawks their best opportunity to score. Old Town sends it deep. They ended the first half with all the momentum, but Herman has done a good job, a fast start here in the second half to regain some of the momentum to begin the second half. A couple of players battling for the ball. It's Colby Euler for the Hawks, trying to play it back to a teammate. He does. And Snyder comes away sprinting with the ball at his feet, trying to hold on to it, trying to make his way through a couple of defenders before it's eventually cut out and played deep by the Old Town defense. Here's Braden Brown giving chase for the Coyotes. He was the last to touch the ball. No. The referee says free kick in favor of Herman. There's Shorey sprinting after it for the Hawks. Shorey making his way into the box. The ball finds a loose attacker. I believe that was Rios for Herman, but once again, Bryant, right place at the right time. He has been very impressive when called upon in goal, the freshman for the Coyotes, standing up to every challenge that has been presented to him thus far by the Hawks. Gifford fires the ball down into the near corner. Here's that chance once again. That was Rios, but could not control the ball at his feet to get a swing through it with the right foot. Just squirted away into the waiting arms of Bryant. Coyotes putting their body in front of some loose balls to keep the pressure on the Herman defense. Here's Coombs leaving it for Snyder. Snyder left-footed cross is seen out to safety. That's Shorey again, trying to keep the ball in play in the far corner. I guess he did, they say, even though it looked like the ball rolled around the corner flag. Eventually it makes its way out. A couple substitutions here for both schools. There's a wild attempt off the right foot of Shorey. Can't keep that one down. And about 9.5 minutes into the second half, the score remains Old Town 2 and Herman 0. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented in part by Northeast Driving School. They have been the leader in driver training since 1969. Register for courses today at northeastdrivingschool.com. Jackson Lazat sending the ball along into the Old Town attacking end, but Xavier Jelks was there and ready to come out and play it. He is always willing to come out of his area if need be and get involved in the run of play. Free kick awarded to Herman here. Advantageous position. Chance to get players set in the box, and standing over it is Kyle Martin once again. He was the scorer of a goal from right around this distance on Monday against MDI. Sends it in deep off the head of Shorey. And right there, up to the challenge yet again, Ian Bryant for the Coyotes. Dumont's pass intercepted by Austin. Herman plays it ahead. Coombs jumps on the end of it. Coombs splits the defenders. He's in on goal. He slots it home into the bottom left corner. The Hawks are on the score sheet thanks to Gavin Coombs. Take a look at the replay. Coombs is able to control the ball, get through the couple of Coyote defenders, and at that point had Bryant sized up, played it around him nicely to the bottom left corner. Just like that, Herman's on the board. It is 2-1 inside the final half hour. Some feisty parents in the crowd here tonight at Victory Field, getting worked up by the action on the pitch. Herman looking energized by that first goal, and now let's see if Old Town can prevent them from finding an equalizer. A little 17-on-17 crime that time. Euler getting shoved to the ground by James Dumont. Be Martin once again to send it deep for Herman. Coombs slipping before he could get a touch to it, though. Herman is able to maintain control of the ball. There's an attempt from range. It goes off the crossbar. Not sure if Bryant got his fingertips to that, and just enough of a deflection to send it off the crossbar, but Herman inches away from a rocket of an equalizing goal. Well, the Hawks right now have the attack turned up. Gavin Coombs trying to work his way around a couple of defenders. Won't give up on the play. Last touched by him. It'll be an Old Town throw, though may have been taken too quickly as the Coyotes were looking to make a change. Coming off the pitch for Old Town is Jackson Lazat. Coming back on is number 15, Brandon Madden, one of the seniors recognized tonight in our pregame ceremony. Dumont sends it into the middle of the pitch, and there's Shorey to intercept. His shot doesn't trouble Bryan, who goes to ground to scoop it. But you can feel the energy and the momentum swinging towards the Hermon Hawk bench. Good shot there of the Herman bench with all of their reserves standing, cheering on the 11 players on the pitch as they try to find an equalizer and extend their unbeaten streak to 3 straight. High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by Mainly Supplements. They are located near the Bangor Mall. Mainly Supplements, our presenting sponsor, is a fully stocked nutritional supplement store. Their dedicated team members look forward to helping you reach your health and fitness goals. Mainly Supplements, 109 Bangor Mall Boulevard, Bangor, right next to Hannaford, and at mainlysupplements.com. It has been a while since we have called a Coyote chance on goal. They'll have to wait a little while longer as it's Herman backtracking to win possession. Sent deep by Coombs and cut out by the Coyotes. Playing it through was Gabe Gifford, one of the goal scorers for Old Town. Though it rolled all the way to Xavier Jelks. Jelks knocks it beyond midfield. Owen Rand just clearing it away. A change for Herman. Gavin Coombs getting a well-deserved breather here in the second half. Carter Bricado replacing him in the Hawks D. Nice run down this near sideline by Gifford. He'll grab the ball, but not before Old Town makes a substitution. Leaving the field is James Dumont. He has been active in what's been a sustained defensive effort in the second half for Old Town as they try to deny Herman another opportunity on goal. Headed along by Joshua Harvey. Joshua Jr. for the Coyotes. Now a nice turn here from Thibault. He's dispossessed, and the Hawks are able to win away possession. Nice job to continue on with the attack for Herman. The ball is kept in play along the far sideline, now knocked out. Last touch, let's see here, by the Coyotes, but Herman will make a substitution before the throw comes in. 15 minutes gone in the second half, 2-1 our score. It's been all Herman for about the last 5 minutes since Gavin Coombs got the Hawks on the scoreboard. Shorey cut out at the final moment as he tried to deliver a cross, but it will result in a corner for Herman. By my count, their fourth of the contest tonight. Ball is swung in, headed along by Coombs, and out of play for a goal kick for the Coyotes. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented by Quirk Auto Group. Visit a Quirk Auto Group dealership in Bangor, Belfast, Augusta, or Portland, and at quirkauto.com. Xavier Jelks going to ground there like a punter making a fair catch to grab that ball and try to spring the attack. A nice move there by Rios in the midfield. He plays ahead for Shorey. Shorey trying to catch Bryant out of position. This attempt was knocked down by Coyote defender. It's ushered out of play. Carter Bricado grabbed the ball, ready to take the throw, and then looked up to realize he is being substituted. Farraghetti brings it back in. Excuse me, that was Noah Dupuis for the Hawks. Here's a sneaky run from Thibault down the near sideline. Thibault trying to make the turn. Nowhere to go. Shouldered away by Dupuis. More players go to ground. The crowd growing louder with their displeasure of the calls on the pitch as That one goes against the Coyotes in favor of the Hawks. Both sets of fans intermingling here at Victory Field, and now the call has been flipped. It will be an Old Town free kick. It's not often you see both fan bases on the same sideline, but that is the case here tonight at Victory Field. So a lot of screams and shouts in both directions coming from just underneath us. Ball's played in low that time by Gabe Gifford, trying to pick out an attacking player. Nothing there. I'm a little hesitant to turn up our crowd mic here at Victory Field for fear of what we may pick up. More substitutions to be had. A new Coyote making his way onto the pitch. Leaving for Old Town is Owen Rand. Ball is being headed along as we have reached the halfway point of the second half. Herman with the only goal in the second half. It is courtesy of Gavin Coombs. Coyotes make their way up for a corner. Player coming short and then is pushed away. Old Town will play it in deep. Jelks got a hand to it. He was out of position. Strong challenge that time from a Coyote. That was Sam Charles. First time we've called Sam's name tonight, a junior.
Quick, you don't have time. Come on.
Hawk parents urging their players to move a little quicker here in the second half. 19 minutes, a little inside of 19 minutes remaining in tonight's contest. Sending it in deep and right into the gut of Xavier Jelks was Gabe Gifford. Gifford scored the opening goal of tonight's contest right before the halfway mark of the first half. It was Grayson Thibault adding one to the Coyotes' cause 90 seconds or so later. Don't forget, weekdays on 92.9 The Ticket, main sports leader. It's the morning line from 6 to 8 a.m. And the drive from 4 to 6 p.m. We break away from that graphic to show you a chance for the Hermon Hawks. But once again, Ian Bryant is there to snuff it out in the end. Morning line from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Wayne Harvey and co. on the air tomorrow morning. And then the drive with our final show of the week tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. Myself and Ernie Clark will be on from 4 to 6. We'll make our Drive 5 picks as we do every Thursday with Brian Sullivan. We just can't get rid of him. Continuing on as the celebrity picker. Here's another chance for Herman. And nearly an own goal goes off of the upright. It's knocked out of play, or knocked out of harm's way by Bryant. Herman racing over to keep possession. And the Hawks continue to search for an equalizer. It's becoming a bit frantic at that end of the pitch. Here's a replay of what was going on down there. That Shorey kind of whiffing on a right-footed attempt, and then ball made its way. It actually took a deflection off of Coombs. I don't think he was trying to steer that one on goal, but he almost had his second of this second half. Going to ground, winning a free kick is Herman. Kyle Martin standing over the ball for the Hawks. Can he replicate some of the magic he put on display from Monday when he scored from long range against MDI? Here's another chance. That floats just over the net from Martin. Bryant was never under too much pressure, as he could see that one was heading over the crossbar, but Kyle Martin has a knack for putting those free kicks on target. Don't forget that coming up in November on the ticket, it's University of Maine basketball. The ticket is your home for Black Bear men's and women's action. And that is all coming your way in less than a month's time on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. Greenway Equipment Sales, a proud sponsor of high school sports on Ticket TV. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. Inside the final quarter hour of action here tonight, 2-1. The Coyotes looking to hold on to their lead, which was built in the first half through strikes from Gifford and Thibault. It's been Gavin Coombs getting one back for the Hawks in the second half. No shortage of further opportunities for Herman here in the second half of play. But they have yet to find an equalizer. And have 14 minutes and 20 seconds to do so. Try to force overtime here at Victory Field. Overtime rules, of course, 2 5-minute overtime periods. It is sudden death in the high school ranks. Another collision, another Coyote on the pitch. Tough to tell who that is exactly. Getting up off the ground a bit hobbled appears to be Gabe Gifford. An Old Town free kick from a dangerous position. 13.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Coyotes taking their time with it, standing over the ball with the lead, 2-1. Left-footed attempt is swung in to the far post. Xavier Jelks had it covered, leapt just to be safe. The ball makes its way out for a goal kick. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented in part by First National Bank. Dream first because you can. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. That's Owen Rand with the ball at his feet for the Coyotes, trying to keep it in play. He cannot, but a throw in favor of Old Town. Looks like Gifford will be the man to launch it in. Gifford sends it all the way into the box. It makes its way through the first line of players, and then Jelks heading over to chase it down. Realized he could no longer pick it up. The ball rolls out of play. Herman brings it in quickly. Looks like Logan Brown over there to stop Herman's momentum on the counter, but off and running once again are the Hawks. It's played ahead. Shorey, a right-footed touch. And we have a whistle. Not sure if that was an offsides flag or not. Either way, it results in a free kick for the Coyotes. Headed along, giving chase is Thibault. Herman plays it back towards midfield. First there was Jackson Lizotte. Now it's Gifford once again, ready to bring the throw in. Headed along towards the middle of the box, and Jelks sliding down to control the ball. Jelks looking to spring a counter-attack. He sends it deep beyond Sneyer to Shorey. Shorey's first touch with his back to goal. Now he corrals it. Plays it out wide. Out of the reach of possibly Noah Farraghetti. Could have been Sneyer for the Hawks. It's getting a little dark down there in that far corner. We are a ways away here in the press box at Victory Field. Also an 8-lane track circling the football/soccer field at Victory Field, and then set of grandstand bleachers. So we're a bit removed from the action. Perched atop what turned out to be a pretty nice crowd here on senior night for the Old Town Coyotes. See parents and fans, other onlookers wrapped around the outside fence down beneath us. Herman trying to regain possession, but keeping it alive for Old Town is Logan Brown. Brown worked his way around a couple defenders and winning a free kick for the Coyotes. 9.5 minutes remaining and counting. Old Town in no rush as they nurse the 2-1 lead. This is a free kick in a dangerous area. Left-footed cross comes in and floats harmlessly out of play. A goal kick for the Hawks. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Dean's Detailing. They have been Maine's auto detailing leader for 50 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, enjoy the ride. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Noah Dupuy gives chase for Herman, waiting to get a ball from the attendant here at Victory Field, and now brought back into play. There's a nice touch from Sneyer. Sneyer finds himself in all kinds of space. He'll cross it into the box off of Connor Mccannell. Sneyer to chase it down in the corner, flicks it onto his left foot. Attempted pass is knocked down, and then Gavin Coombs unable to keep it in play. Results in an Old Town throw. Heavy touch that time from Jackson Lizotte. It'll be a Herman throw. Coombs to take it quickly. He throws it over the head of Sneyer. Shorey tried to run around a defender. Old Town able to clear. Ball finds its way out to Thibault. Giving chase but too late was Gabe Gifford. And the throw for Herman did not find its way back onto the pitch. Stayed out of play. Now a throw for Old Town. 7.5 minutes and counting in this contest. Herman feverishly trying to find an equalizer. The Coyotes trying to salt away the remaining time. Out of play for another throw. Gifford in no hurry, though now he brings it in quickly. See if they can catch the Hawks napping in defense. And winning a corner for the Coyotes is Thibault. Old Town has scored 3 goals just once this season. That came in their September 28th 3-2 victory over Caribou. The cross is played in beyond everyone in the box. Now knocked back in and behind for a goal kick. This is just the second time this season that Old Town has scored at least 2 goals in a contest, with the other being that 3-goal effort against Caribou. It is just the second time in the last 4 that the Hawks have allowed a multi-goal effort to their opponent. Herman drawing 2-2 on Monday against MDI. 4-1 win at Caribou, a 1-0 loss versus Ellsworth before that. Gifford sends it in wide of net, headed along and behind. Another goal kick for the Hawks. The urgency starting to set in here for Herman. Approaching 5.5 minutes remaining in the second half of play. The Hawks trailing by a goal, but Old Town able to keep the ball at this end of the pitch. Jelks springs up and boots it beyond midfield. Coombs tries to get ahead to it, can't control. That's Brown trying to work his way along the far side of the pitch, and Herman just sends it out of play. You see the Coyotes taking their sweet time. Now the ball is brought back in, rolls out for another Old Town throw. Sent in a bit further that time, allowing Herman to intercept. But once again makes its way out. Another Coyote throw. Coyotes just trying to kill off some time in the corner. That rolls out of play for the corner for Old Town. 4 minutes left in the second half. Excuse me, this is another throw for the Coyotes just in front of the corner flag. Running up on it and sending the ball in deep. Almost caught Jelks out of position, but he retreats to snag it out of the air and now rolls it along for a teammate. Sending the ball down into the corner. Giving chase is Coombs, but he knocks it out of play. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented by Northeast Driving School. They have been the leader in driver training since 1969. You can register for courses today at northeastdrivingschool.com. Old Town brings the ball back in. 3.5 minutes remaining in this second half. Teams trading throw-ins over the last 90 seconds. Dupuis picked out that time. Xavier Jelks making his way over, slipping, but he controls the ball, now sends it down the pitch. That's Brown. Brown finds Madden. Madden able to hold on to possession until Gifford gets alongside him. Now it's Gifford making his way into the box, a left-footed cross. He slips while delivering it. Herman is able to clear. Gifford has stayed on the ground. Not sure if he rolled an ankle, but he is still on the grass at that end of the field, and now a trainer being called off the bench. So 2:40 frozen on the clock. We will take a timeout in return for the final moments here at Victory Field between the Hawks and the Coyotes. 2-1, Old Town leads Herman. The finish coming up next on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Victory Field here in Old Town. The crowd applauding as Gifford is on his feet and making his way off the pitch. 2:40 remaining in the contest. Clock is not ticking due to that injury timeout. Gifford walking off alongside trainer here at Old Town. Garrett Reif, the trainer for the Coyotes. Waiting to bring the ball back into play is Logan Brown. We have called his name quite a bit over the past 10 minutes or so here in the second half. Brown launches it in. Jelks out to grab it and then slams on the brakes to make sure he doesn't leave the area. Jelks boots it down the field trying to spring a counter. Coombs off his head. Herman trying to hang on to possession here, and that's Euler controlling the ball in the midfield, trying to find a teammate along the far sideline. I think that was Garage, extending to keep the ball in play. And now racing over to take the throw for Herman. Herman fans trying to fire up their squad. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Another Hawk throw. It's played down the near sideline. Rios dispossessed, but then wins the ball back. Rios plays it into space. It's Euler first to it. Euler trying to find Shorey. First attempt is blocked. Second attempt blocked. And now Old Town back with the ball, and Brown just plays it along down the sideline. Cross comes in. A little surprising there with less than 90 seconds remaining in the second half that Old Town didn't just take it to the corner and try to kill off some of the final seconds. 1:23 stuck on the clock. Herman gets the action back underway. Braden Brown there to intercept for the Coyotes and then sending it offline. That was Gifford. Jelks knocks it downfield. 60 seconds remaining in the contest. Coyotes trying to salt away a 2-1 victory. It would be just their third of the season. Knocked out of play. It'll be a corner. Time is continuing to run as we approach the final half minute. Actually, it'll be another throw from just in front of that corner flag. Old Town sends it into the middle of the box. Jelks is knocked to the ground. The ball is played out. Old Town backtracking here and letting precious seconds run off the clock as Herman brings it back into play. Euler can't control. Sent towards midfield and headed along by Coombs. Old Town fans chanting. They can sense the final whistle. One last attempt here from Herman. Sent in just out of the reach of the Hawks, and this one goes final. It's a 2-1 victory for the Coyotes on senior night at Victory Field. 2 first half goals, enough to see it through, and the Old Town Coyotes improve to 3-4 this season. Teams celebrating at their end of the pitch. We will take a break and return with our post-game show on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Victory Field in Old Town. The Coyotes scoring a 2-1 victory tonight over the Hermon Hawks. And let's take a look at the goals from this contest. Starting off in the first half, it was Old Town with a pair of goals. Actually, this from some point in tonight's game. You never quite know what the replay machine's going to spit out. Here's the first goal of the contest, though. Gabe Gifford with 20:50 remaining in the first half. You see the ball played in. Then Gifford, strong to it, waits to get that first touch in the shooting motion, slots it into the back of the net. That was goal number 1. Goal number 2 coming in short order for the Coyotes as Grayson Thibault sprinting onto the ball and finishing with the outside of his foot into the back of the net. Here's Gavin Coombs in the second half for the Hermon Hawks, knifing his way through a couple defenders, squaring up the goalie and slotting it home into the bottom left corner. That was the only goal Herman could muster in the second half. However, they had plenty of chances. Here's one of them where a deflection off of Coombs hits the upright, and it was a matter of Herman being inches away from finding an equalizer at multiple points in the second half. 2-1 the final score. Old Town with their third victory of the season. They improved to 3-4. The Hawks fall to 1-7-1. High school sports on Ticket TV, presented in part by Tim Bush and the Bush Group, real estate agents with next home experience. The Bush Group is ready to help you with all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investing. The Bush Group is here to make all of your real estate goals happen. They are also proud supporters of all local high school sports and would like to wish all of the student athletes a successful fall season. Call Tim Bush and the Bush Group from Next Home Experience today at 951-0747. We'll take a quick break, come back, and wrap from Victory Field here in Old Town. We will give you the remaining schedules for the Coyotes and the Hawks and take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule on Ticket TV. That's all next, right here at 929theticket.com and on the Ticket app. The Old Town Coyotes right there breaking down their equipment after a 2-1 victory over the Hermon Hawks tonight at Victory Field. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Herman Motor Company. From pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to their service department, Herman Motor Company does it all. And Herman Motor Company now features Currahee trailers. Herman Motor Company is something for everyone. 2512 U.S. Route 2 in Herman and at HermanMotors.com. All right, before we wrap up tonight from Victory Field, let's take a look at the standings in Class B North. We will update a couple of these for you. Old Town securing their third win of the season. They improved to 3-4-0. Entered tonight's contest at 14th in Class B North. That was more of a product of having several games canceled so far this season due to multiple pauses related to COVID-19. The Coyotes did not play a game between September 12th and the 27th. They also didn't play a contest between the 29th and the 8th of October. But they are now 3-4-0 as they try to creep up the standings ahead of the open postseason here in the fall. The Hermon Hawks falling to 1-7, 1-7-1, I should say, with tonight's result. The remaining schedules for these two teams, beginning with the Hermon Hawks. They have 3 games left to play. On Thursday, that would be tomorrow, they take on Old Town once again. That game will be from Pottle Field at Herman High School. Then it is a matchup against Presque Isle on the 16th. Actually, 4 games left on the Hawks schedule. At Presque Isle on the 16th, at home against John Baptist on the 18th, and at Foxcroft Academy on the 20th. And then for the Old Town Coyotes, 3 games left to play. At Herman tomorrow night, their third game in as many nights. Then they'll return here to Victory Field to take on Orono on October 16th. They close out the regular season against Foxcroft Academy on the 18th. Let's take a look at our broadcast schedule remaining this week. Tomorrow night, right back here at Victory Field, Herman takes on Old Town, the girls' soccer matchup at 7 o'clock. That game moved from 6 to 7. It features the top 2 teams in Class B North on the girls' side. Friday, once again, right here. This time it's a gridiron matchup between MCI and Old Town. The kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then on Monday, we switch back to Pottle Field in Herman. It's John Baptist taking on the Herman boys at 6 o'clock on Monday, followed by the John Baptist girls and Herman going to battle at 6 on Tuesday. Well, for Nate Bailey directing tonight's show, for Marcus Caesar and Aiden Crystal on the cameras, I am Mark Paulette saying so long from Victory Field. Once again, a 2-1 win for the Old Town Coyotes over the Hermon Hawks. We will be right back here tomorrow night for the girls matchup. You won't want to miss it. The top 2 teams go to battle in Class B North. The Old Town Coyotes hosting the Hermon Hawks. Until tomorrow night's broadcast, I am Mark Paulette saying so long from Victory Field.